Hey guys, hope everybody's doing well. There's a spotter plane I just spotted. See all the smoke in the valley? We've had a few fires around here lately, and they send those little planes up to look for fires, make sure there is none. Or that's what I think it might be anyway. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna keep this one a little bit short. It's down in the valley, it's like in the mid 30s. We've had a high pressure ridge or whatever they call it, so it's like 36 for the next week. But it's only probably in the mid 20s up here, so it's not unbearable. But yeah, I thought I'd take one of my cool little trails back into one of the sneaky trails I know goes down into one of the little rivers we got over here. It's always nice to be near water when it's this hot. And yeah, I thought what I would do today is do a bit of a gear. I've had a few messages lately about people want to know what I wear for gear and some of the stuff I like to do for protection and that. So I thought on a super hot day I can just go grab a nice spot to sit down and I'll go over some of the stuff. So stick around, the trail's interesting in there too, so let's get on it. Nice to see all the grass is reasonably green for how hot it's been, so that keeps that's why we've had only a fraction of the forest fires we had last year. It was ridiculous last year. You can see how green this is, and we haven't had a lot of rain in the last couple of weeks. I always like to wheelie over this kind of crap like this. Well, if it's possible, especially those sideways ones, because those are the ones that, wash your front tire out on you. Like this one, I just pop the front tire over it like that. Yeah, oh, I just felt the temperature drop probably a few degrees. This is a pretty gnarly little single track back in here, actually. For a 690 anyway. See, wheelie over those logs. Oh, it's beautiful down in there. Oh, I see some water a little closer. That's kind of my goal. I'll give her a little further here, see what happens. Oh, all right. That's a big one. First little windfall. I can't say enough about these little saws, you guys. You never know when you might need one, or there's going to be an annoying tree in the way like this. I pack one on all of my bikes. This is a Fiskars, I think it's an awesome little saw. Oh boy. So you guys, I hope you can hear me all right. I got my little mic going here, trying to look all official and everything. But anyways, like I was saying earlier, I'm just going to talk a bit about my gear today. I've had a few requests to do this video in the past, and I recently had one on one of my newest videos. So it's super hot out. It's like mid 30s, like 36 Celsius. I don't know what that is in the United States, but I know it's hot. So it seemed like a good video to do today. So I'm going to try and keep it short and just go over everything really briefly. And if there's something I miss or whatever, just drop some comments and I'll get to them as I see them on there. So basically I'm going to start with my boots. What I like to choose, like if I'm riding my two strokes or I'm going to ride a little more aggressively, then I wear my Alpinestars, and they're basically like a motocross boot. Like they got a flat sole on the bottom, which most motocross boots do. But if I'm going to be doing some dual sporting, or even in the winter a lot, I have a less expensive pair of boots. They're actually made by Fox, and I'm not endorsed to say that. I just happen to own them, and they work really good for me. But the reason I like those ones is they're not as quite heavy duty as the Alpinestars, and they also, I don't know if you can see from there, but the tread on the bottom is like it's a combat tread, so it's like a winter boot basically. So like when you're in the muck and the wet grass and typical things you might be doing that you wouldn't be doing on a motocross style of bike, like I'm always walking around with the dual sports and stuff. So it's nice to have some traction on the bottom with my boots. And I would probably adventure ride on the street with these as well, because they're pretty light duty ones, and yet they still offer good protection. So that's the boots. And then underneath there, I got like a nylon, or I don't know, I guess it's neoprene or spandex. I don't know what the material is for socks, but they go up to about my knees. And then I've got like a nice big knee brace type pad. I'll post some pictures to the stuff that you can't see on camera right now, so you know what I'm talking about. I just like the lateral support of the braces, because if you were ever to fold your knee, you know, laterally, I guess is that what that is, laterally, then you got a little protection that way. And then, so knee braces, and then up from there I have riding shorts. They're made by Moose, and again, I just happen to own them. I'm not endorsed by them, so they got padding all the way around. You know, I'll post a picture, and then the butt's got more padding as well, like the 690s. You know, it's not pretty hard foam on some of these bikes, so it's nice to have a little extra foam padding in the butt. And then up from there, I got the Moose chest protector. It's, again, I'll post a picture. It's got that new padding in it that I like. It folds. You can fold the chest part in half, but when you hit it fast, it's like hard like plastic. It's pretty sweet. So that's the one I run for there. And now getting out to the outer gear, depending on the season, like we're obviously in the hottest part of our summer, so I like to wear like lighter colors, as you can see. And today I have the Klim Mojave gear on, and it's breathable. It's made by like out of a mesh type stuff. I'm not sure what the material is, but it flows air like big time. So, and I like to wear the Klim stuff as well, because that, you know, they have one of the best warranties on the market. And if you're going to spend your money on gear, you want it to not only last, not only protect you, but if something's wrong with it, then at least they'll stand behind their product. So good on them for that. So I got a few different sets of their gear, but the hotter times, I'll definitely have the lighter gear on because the sun gets pretty warm. And then going up to my helmet, I've got the F5 made by Klim as well. And that's, I'm not sure if you're familiar with their new latch that they have to close it, but it's actually a magnet, and it locks just like that. And then it's locked. Like if you just get it anywhere in the vicinity, the magnet just grabs it and pulls it shut. So if you're filming videos like I do and taking pictures, I'm always taking my helmet off. So trying to do up your helmet with gloves on is kind of, you know, it's kind of tedious to do that so many times. So for me, I just click, and it works perfectly. And I've got a white one as well, but not in the F5. And what's next? Goggles. Where are my goggles at? They're on the helmet. So these are Klims as well. And I choose a bit darker lens on a bright day like today. And it just helps your eyes out a little bit, in my opinion. It's not, all same in the winter, you'll wear a bit darker lens, so you're not squinting and that. But if we're into the evening, or if it's overcast and raining, then I'll wear a clear lens on my goggles. Let's see what's next. Gloves, pretty basic. I just wear a light motocross style glove. These ones are I forget what these ones are. But anyways, so they're less like a light style. It's nice that you don't have to do them up. They just don't have Velcro or anything like that to get in the way of, like, I wear my Sony to turn my camera on and off. So it's nice that there's no Velcro and stuff around there. It just fits around your cuff nice and smooth. So that's pretty much it for gear. It's pretty basic. I'm not going to get into bike setup. I'll probably do a separate video on that. I did one at the beginning of my enduro riding series, the how-tos. There's a bit of a bike setup, but that's more for like enduro type bikes. So I'll do a dual sport one too in the near future here. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about gear. There's really not much to it. I just dress for the season. And I always wear my under gear. You know, it's got elbow, shoulder, like the elbow one comes down your forearm quite a ways to right there, I think it is. So you get good protection, and it's got a big chest and a big back one as well. And it's really sweet. You can see it there kind of. It's almost like a mesh. It's like a breathable mesh, neoprene, I guess. I don't even know. I didn't look at the label, so I don't know what it's made out of, but it works pretty good. So yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. If you got any questions about my other gear, just drop some comments below and I'll do my best to get to them. So yeah, thanks for watching, you guys. Definitely some cool single track back in here. Raging river right beside us. If you get hot, you just go splash off. A few obstacles. Belly pan, the belly pan's not real, it's not a lot of room on the 690, you know, like what do you, ground clearance, that's the word I'm looking for. So you always got to make sure you get that front tire good and high in the air or you get hung up. Sorry for all the trees. See, it got hung up on that little thing. It's got to be a good couple inches less than my two-stroke. Thought I'd take you guys for a quick walk over to one of my little rivers. This one's just minutes from my house, so some of you may have seen it before. I come here quite often, so look at these things. These are called Devil's Club. I don't know if they grow in other parts of the world, but they're literally lethal. They're covered in spines, and they're not... Can you see that? There's like millions of spine, there's spikes or whatever. And there's billions of them around, usually around the water or swampy areas. Yeah, it's nice down in here. I definitely appreciate everybody watching all my stuff. Make sure you drop some comments below, because that way I know if I'm doing a good job or not. Make sure and hit the like button and definitely the subscribe button. Check out my little drop down arrow, the description below the video there. That's got links to my social media, and Patreon's there if you guys want to chip in or buy a beer or, you know, show some love for the work I put in on the videos. It's always the options there, so I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next video. See you later.